we got a big package. This is the Mavix M9 ergonomic / gaming chair. Now, if you guys have tuned in my streams before, you know how much I complain about my current regular, basic gaming chair and how uncomfortable it is. The armrest recently fell off yesterday and it has been causing me a lot of back issues, so I finally decided to pull the trigger and pick up an expensive ergo chair. Now, prior to picking up a new chair for my gaming and streaming setup, I did a lot of research comparing a bunch of popular chairs such as Secret Lab chairs, the Mavix chair, the Ergo Chair 2, and a bunch more. And after a lot of research, watching a bunch of YouTube videos, and even talking to some of my friends who have personally owned some of these chairs, I came to the conclusion that the Mavix chair would be the best chair to pick up for my personal needs. Now, this chair came in at a whopping price of $555. I did use a discount code and was able to get it down to around $500, but still, that is a lot of money for a chair. Now, you might be thinking that's a complete waste of money, but if you think about it, for me, as somebody who does a lot of video editing, streaming, and even school at my desk setup, having a good chair is essential, and I really need to, invest in a solid chair. So spending $500 to me, while that is a lot of money, and I had to consider this a lot, it made sense. So I picked up the all black with no modifications or no of the additional things that you could add on when you actually go to purchase one of these Mavix chairs. So let's get it unboxed. Alright, so first off in the box, it looks like we got the headrest right here with the clean Mavix branding on it. Next we have the actual base where we're gonna attach all the wheels. Next we have this golden ticket giveaway. I think whenever you buy a Mavix chair, they enter you into some sort of giveaway. I don't know the full details. This is the base for the chair. First things we get in the box are we get the left and right armrest. Then we get all the screws and the actual tool that we'll actually use to build this chair. This looks like what goes in between the actual base where the wheels go and the bottom of the chair. It's always that in-between piece, so I think that's what this is. Then we have all of the wheels. I was wrong. This is the base of the chair. So I just read the note inside of the golden ticket thing that I received with my Mavix chair, and they hooked me up with a $50 Best Buy gift card. What an absolute go. This is like super cool. Something you may have noticed when I was actually unboxing the chair is that there isn't any instructions. And that's because they give you this little slip and all it tells you to do is go to the website, and I'm assuming it's gonna have a video. I personally like this a lot better. I've never been good with following like actual instruction manuals. I always follow better whenever I'm watching a video. So I really do like this. So I just finished assembling the Mavix M5 ergonomic chair. Let's now talk about all the features that it has to offer. So starting at the top, we have the headrest. This is made out of a nice leather material. It's very, very comfortable. You can adjust it both up and down, which is nice. And on the back side of the chair, you can actually lift up like this and adjust the back of the chair alongside the lumbar support. So if I pull it up, you'll hear it click, and then you can set it in their place. There are a few different levels that you can pick and choose from, so if you're a taller person and you want to have the lumbar support higher up, you can just lift the chair up, wait for it to click in place, set it down, and it'll lock in place. Right below the headrest, we have this nice mesh material that is going to be where your back is going to sit, and below that we have the lumbar support, which is made out of the same leather material as the headrest. It's very comfortable, and I definitely have to say this is one of the most comfortable lumbar supports that I've ever sat in when it comes to an ergonomic chair. Some of the ergonomic chairs that I've sat in the past, the lumbar support doesn't really conform or kind of move when you sit, but I like how this one kind of moves backwards when you sit in the chair, and it's more natural and doesn't feel as if you have to conform to the chair. The chair kind of conforms to you, I guess, if that makes any sense, alongside, still providing good support for your back. Next, moving on to the armrest. The armrests aren't the most comfortable thing in the world. They're pretty nice. They do wobble around a little bit, even when I tighten the screws in a lot. They are able to go side to side like this, and you can adjust them up and down like this. Now, it's not the smoothest when it comes to actually adjusting it. I feel like it should be a little bit smoother. It feels a little cheap adjusting it up and down with all the plastic components, but it's not the end of the world. And the same applies to the other armrest. Moving on, we have the base of the chair. This is made out of the same mesh material as where your back would typically rest. This is super nice because it allows for breathability. So when you're gaming for long periods of time, your back isn't going to get very sweaty, which I absolutely love. Now, moving down below the chair, we have a few different adjustments. So this adjustment right here, lifting up, allows the chair to slide back and forth. So if you want a more relaxed kind of feel to the chair, you can lift this up, slide the chair forward, and this will allow you to kind of lean farther back in your chair. And you can also adjust the height of the chair, both up and down. And if you pull out, this allows you to recline in the chair. Now, you can't recline a full 180 degrees, but it does give you a good, nice, relaxing recline, nothing too crazy. Now, if you keep this pulled out, this will allow you to go back and forth, but if you want to lock it into position, all you simply have to do is just push in like that. Now, the base itself is made out of strong plastic, and the wheels are pretty nice, nothing too crazy. They have the option to lock the wheels, so if you're on a hardwood floor and your chair is typically, moving around, you can go ahead and lock all the wheels so that your chair won't be sliding around on the floor. Now, I've consistently used the Mavix M5 for school, content, and streaming, and here are my overall thoughts and opinions. The build quality of this chair is amazing, and if there's one complaint I had, it's that the armrests aren't my favorite. I don't like all the plastic components, and it feels a little bit cheap to me, but other than that, the rest of the chair is built very well. Comfort-wise, I've never experienced a better chair, and for $500, I should expect that. The lumbar support on this chair is flexible, but yet still encourages good posture. The headrest is by far my favorite part about this chair. It's super comfortable, and at times when I'm sitting in this chair, it feels like I could fall asleep. As somebody who's used the standard basic gaming chair ever since I built my setup, my favorite thing coming from using a gaming chair to an ergonomic chair is the breathable mesh. Whenever I was in a long editing session or streaming for long periods of time, heat would start to build up right near my back, and this would cause me to sweat, especially when I was streaming. I would have to get up, cool off, and then sit back down. But ever since I've bought this chair, I have not experienced any heat buildup due to the breathable mesh. It's one of those things I never noticed until I actually put this chair through the same situations that I've put my gaming chair through and realized how much better this chair is. Now, the reason that I picked up the M5 over the M4 is for one simple reason, and that's because the M4 had a thick base rather than a breathable mesh base. From my experience in the past with using these standard gaming chairs, typically when you have a base that's thick, it tends to bottom out within a year of use. And that is something that I didn't want to happen because I'm planning to have this chair for a very long time. So spending the extra $100 made sense to me, considering that my base would be made of breathable mesh. Now, is this chair worth the expensive price point? $500 is a lot of money for a chair, and you have to think to yourself, are you really going to be taking full advantage of all the features that this chair has to offer? If all you want is a simple, basic ergonomic chair with none of the fancy bells and whistles that this chair has, then you could easily save $200 to $300 and just pick up a simple ergonomic chair. I knew for me, I would take full advantage of all the features this chair has to offer. I really liked what Mavix was doing with their brand, and aesthetically, this chair is top of the line. I wanted a chair that not only was ergonomic, but encouraged good back support and still looked good in the background of my YouTube videos, TikToks, and Twitch streams. Valuing the place I sit was something that was very important to me, and that's why I was willing to spend the $500 price point. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like on the video and subscribe down below with those post notifications on. In addition, I do stream over on Twitch, so if you have any questions about the chair, I'd love to talk to them and interact with you guys live on my stream, and I'll link that down below in the description. With that, thank you again for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next one.